SUVs are naturally the most popular choice when it comes to purchasing a car. But then again, you have cars like the Grand i10 Nios that cater to a very specific set of buyers in the hatchback segment. But with the advent of fresher products, Hyundai obviously had to keep things fresh and brought in the updated version of the Grand i10 Nios. Today, I'm going to tell you what's new, what's changed, and if this car makes sense for you to buy. I quite like how the car looks now, charming and sexy. And I'm pretty sure first time or even young buyers would appreciate this. The tweaked front from black honeycomb mesh design adds depth, while the fog lamps are now replaced with tri-arrow daytime running lights, adding a sporty touch. Even the Hyundai logo is updated with a satin finish and a 2D effect. The rear features a single LED lit connecting light bar that stretches from one side of the car to the other. This is something like the Tucson but looks refreshing on the hatch. There are simple and sophisticated updates on the inside. The infotainment system has been updated with an 8-inch unit from the earlier 7-inch display. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility but no wireless connectivity. Then there's the new dashboard, finished in gloss black and silver accents. The AC vents too have been redesigned, adding a premium look and feel. I quite like the front seats. It has a better cushioning, but the same is not the case for the rear seats. It lacks adequate legroom for taller passengers and can be a cause of concern for a few. The overall layout though remains largely identical to the previous model, which was lackluster to begin with. Even the plastics used feels a bit low cost. Hyundai has also upped the safety quotient on the Grand i10 Nios, but just by a bit. A rear view camera, front and side airbags are all standard, while the top spec variants receive curtain airbags. However, I expected more in this department from Hyundai. Even the hill start assist, tire pressure monitoring system and ISOFIX child seat anchorages are offered with the top spec variants alone. With the update, Hyundai has trimmed down on the engine and gearbox options on the Grand i10 Neo. So out goes the diesel engine and out goes the fun to drive and the peppy 1-liter turbo petrol engine. So the only engine option that you get right now with the Nios is this, the 1.2-liter naturally aspirated unit mated to either an AMT or this 5-speed manual transmission. And so there's no changes to the driving mannerism of the car as well. It is still smooth, the gear shifts are slick, and that engine is so refined that you can barely hear any of that noise from the outside sweeping inside the cabin. The steering is light as a feather, so maneuvering inside the city is the Nios' forte. Even on the highway, the car performs really well, but it is, in fact, the city that really requires a car like the Nios. The suspension is nicely tuned to absorb most of the undulations, especially at lower speeds. But things get a bit uncomfortable at higher speeds. With the update, the Grand i10 Nios remains a very likable product, especially when it has to compete with the Tata Tiago and even the Maruti Suzuki Swift. But it is the Tata Tiago that is more affordable in the segment. The Tiago falls short of a few features as compared to the Grand i10 Nios, but that lower sticker price is equally crucial for buyers in this segment. The Maruti Suzuki Swift is also another great offering in the segment, but is pricier. What works in its favor are the good looks, a well-appointed cabin and that manual transmission. But what I would have really loved with the Nios is that peppy turbo petrol engine, because that would have made this car even better.